Hello, collective. I have a few questions for all of you on this episode. I want to start with who is Madonna? Our next question is what? She has a new song? What the heck? She's been out for a long time. How is she still making music? Well, she is. And I want to say to you guys, what is the law of assumption? Who the heck is Neville Goddard? Who is Abdul? What's the power of imagination? I want to say this to everyone. Another question I want to say for me as a leisured man guide to all of you today, I had a question. I was like, why didn't I think of the law of assumption to teach all of you on the podcast? So I apologize. And then also want to say this to you guys, we're going to answer all those questions, but this is a part of the intro. I feel like the law of assumption is something that needs to be taught to the collective in order for people to evolve themselves into more of a leisure lifestyle or more of a leisured mindset. Because the law of assumption, you must let go of the old pattern. You must let go of the old identity, and you must assume a new identity. And that new identity must be in the state of abundance. And the old identity is normally in a state of lack, meaning I can't. The logical mind takes over, and here in the Leisured podcast is very much in a imaginative form. It's much more in a creative form, meaning the power of your imagination is something that a leisured man needs to have. That being said, everyone, I'm Kamal. Welcome back to the Leisured Man podcast. Again, guys, I am your host, and I'll be your guide on this law of assumption journey. I haven't titled the episode yet, but eventually I will. That being said, everyone, before we get into all the questions, I want to say thank you. We have, as of today, this is Sunday as I'm recording this, we have 299 subscribers. We're probably going to cross into the 300 mark. I just want to say, everyone, from like the biggest part of my heart, thank you for all of the support. This means a lot to me that a lot of people are resonating with the material that I am talking about. There's more than the Divine Lux Soul. Now, like I said, guys, the Divine will still be around, but this feels like home to me, and it feels like home to all of you. And I really hope, and I think we will, continue on with the Leisure Man dream, because I want to say this to everyone. The reason why I could talk about the law of assumption is because I am the law of assumption. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but this show was an idea. This show turned from idea into a dream, and then the dream went into a reality. So I'm just so thankful that, you know, what I created from an idea to a dream to reality is resonating with people. And tell others about the channel, everyone. Let's keep growing the community, the leisure community, because there's so much more I would like to explore. And again, guys, this platform with all of you is giving me that opportunity to explore, to shine, to teach, to be a leader, to be a coach, to be a healer. As so many different things, so many different talents I have inside of me. And so anyway, let's get started, everyone. Who's Madonna? You guys know this already. She's been making music since 1984. But she's back now in 2026, and her new song is called I Feel So Free. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because in the intro to her song, she is teaching the law of assumption, and I will quote the song. So this not quote the song, but I will quote a little bit from her song. So in her intro, before the dance beat really starts to kick in, Madonna says, "Sometimes I like to hide in the shadows, create a new persona. I create a different identity. I can be whoever I want to be." And when I first heard that yesterday, because the song just came out, I was just like, holy crap, that's the law of assumption. She's teaching Neville Goddard. And that's when the idea for the show came about. On the socials, I did a few little short videos about the law of assumption, but then I decided to teach it to all of you today. And this is how Neville Goddard got involved into the law of assumption. If you guys don't know who Neville is, he is a mystic, as they call him, but he's really more of a philosopher, esoteric, Barbadian. I think he became an American citizen eventually. But this is the book. I know it's really thick. If you guys can see it, I don't think the camera's picking up on it. It's called The Power of Imagination by Neville Goddard. And this is a 530-page assembly codex. Using their old Roman word for attaching items. This is a codex, a codexy of his life work, meaning everything went from when he first started teaching the power of imagination to when he ended it, when his life was on the other side. So yes, if you guys have a question about that, I did read the freaking book from cover to cover. So I'm really functioning off of memory, but from what I remember from the book, he opened my mind to the power of imagination and the law of assumption. And again, guys, I am so thankful that I heard that Madonna song because she inspired me to create this video for all of you today. And again, guys, teach the knowledge that I know and teach more foundational tools, or let's say we're really setting the good concrete foundation so we can build that big V light that we desire to live in. But to live in a big light, as they say in ancient Latin, you must have you must have the best concrete foundation set. So when you build the villa, you have a pretty solid, sturdy villa. No matter what storm comes at you, you're being your house unbothered. And this is what I desire for all of you on this podcast. So I just came in from the gym, guys. So I literally scratched down this episode. So let's break down what that means. The power of imagination is your playground. It's that playground that all of you. Let me see. It's the playground that all of you had as children. Meaning, when we were children, like I said in my last episode, we were those 3 and 4-year-olds in tutus and Batman shirts going around this world as if we owned it, as if we were whoever we made up to be. But over time, our school systems, our tribes, the industrial system just beat it out of us. Not literally, but emotionally and psychologically, they beat it out of us to come into that logical mind, and then we kill our power of imagination. And what Neville was teaching everyone when he was alive is stepping back into your creativity, stepping back into your playground, coming back into a recess. And this is the bridge, the gap to come into a leisured man lifestyle. So again, guys, this inspired me to, be the person I am in front of all of you today. If I had never learned the law of assumption from Neville, I don't think I would be right here. I would probably be years away from it, but I'm here now. So that being said, guys, come back into your dream state, come back into your dreamland, and come back into your dreams and desires and goals. That is a leisured man. That's a leisured master. So what is the law of assumption? I kind of wrote it out for you guys. I think it's going to show. I don't know. So the law of assumption says, and this was developed by Neville Goddard, it says, by assuming the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled, you manifest it into reality. That means, you guys, you must use the power of your imagination. What does that statement mean? Feeling your desired already fulfilled. So let's say you're in your current state of, let's say you're in a logical mind, you must see your reality in front of you. Everything must be lined up in a row for you. everything must make sense to you before you act upon it. That is the trained way that society teaches us how to live. This creates the fear, this creates the doubts, this creates the state of lack, meaning if you do want to win the lottery, you walk into that store and you already have counted yourself out because you're like, I'm never going to win this thing, but I'll play anyway. What this is saying is when you want to manifest a new state of being, you must imagine it, dream it, feel it, and even when your physical reality does not reflect back to you your assumed state, you must stay in that assumed state. Why? Because when you stay in that frequency, you will manifest it into reality. I close my eyes, guys, because I'm channeling the message I wanted to come out of my mind. And again, guys, I read this book a year ago, so I'm really just, um, let's say, saying it again out of memory. So, guys, that is a power of assumption in reality is when you already walk into your new, let's say, dream, and you're already logically counting yourself out, your manifestation falls flat. But if you walk into, let's say, that deli, that grocery store, and you play the lottery as a millionaire already, guess what's going to happen? You're more than likely going to become a millionaire. Now, it may not happen when you want it to happen, but when you stay in that assumption, that is what Neville was teaching. When you stay in that assumptive, meditative frequency, the universe will say, okay, this individual is really serious about this. They are already feeling as a multimillionaire, then I must reflect it back to them. And this is the power of assumption. So again, guys, this is what I was taught. This is what many others were taught. And this is what Madonna was talking about in her song, 1111 on timer. So if you guys want to check it out, I highly recommend the song. I love to dance, as you guys know. I'm an old, house head from the 1990s, electronica, all that stuff, funk. It lives in me. So anyway, I love the song. But getting back to imagination. So who is Neville? Neville is from Barbados. He eventually came to America, and he was a dancer, actor like I was back in the day. And Neville was, existing as, everyone taught him to be around the 20th century, early 20th century. And he was at the end of his road. Let's just say that he was a broke dancer. He not started a few movies. He danced in a few Hollywood films, but mainly all of his time was on stage from London to New York. But as you guys know, dancers don't get paid a lot, so he was often, very broke and destitute. And he got to the end of his rope to where he was going for a major role, didn't get it, and he wound up going to this one lecture one day in New York City. And then that's when he met his guru teacher, Abdul. And when he first met Abdul, he had a private meeting with him, and he apologized to Abdul. He was just like, "I'm so sorry, teacher, that I'm so late." And then that's when Abdul taught him, he's like, "Neville, you're not late, you're right on time." Meaning everything that you went through in your lifetime led you to this exact moment, led you to this exact point to where now you can take all that experience and learn what I'm teaching you, spin that the way that you needed to spin it into, and then make it into gold for yourself. So I want to tell all of you out there today, don't ever think that you're late to the party. Don't ever think that you should have did this a little sooner, or you should be further along in life. Let that go. When you are living as a true awakened being, you understand that everything that you went through is what was necessary to get you to this position. Now, what you do in this current moment is how you shape your future. I want to say that too, guys. So Just like Neville, when you guys do come into your own power, when you do start coming into your own power of imagination again, don't beat yourself up for saying, I spent the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years in a sleep state, and you are hard on yourself about not awakening soon enough. I want to tell all of you today, I'm telling you, don't ever feel that way. Love yourself. Love every single experience, the good, bad, and the ugly. Love it all. Because guess what, guys? That experience, that knowledge is going to give you the solid foundation to build your villa upon. And this is how I'm building my own villa. And as you guys can see, my villa is very big, it's very large. It's still under construction. I haven't got my interiors in yet. But this show, this podcast is just proof to all of you that when you have the power of imagination, you're unstoppable, you're unlimited. And that's what I want to tell all you guys today. So again, guys, try to not try. Um, Manifesting is deeper than what people teach it these days. People want to teach it as you force something. And the power of assumption is just allowing yourself to create. It's allowing yourself to dream big again. It's allowing yourself to go for the unlogical, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, even if it doesn't make sense to your waking, logical human mind. You must be the strong enough being to say, I know this is my reality. I know this is true. I know this to be true. I feel it to be true, guys. Because when you can think all day, I want to tell you guys that you can think something all day, but if you don't feel it, if you don't know it to be true, it will never come to be true in your physical reality. It will never come true in your physical mind. The slightest sliver of a doubt, of a fear, of a I can't believe this is happening to me, that is when you fall out of the state of assumption, and then your manifestation falls flat. But for those of you who would like to take that big leap of faith, just freaking jump off that cliff and just spread your wings and fly and say the universe has got me. I have myself. God has me. This is how you manifest your dreams. And again, guys, your dreams will shock the heck out of you. You're gonna say this dream state, this new dream state, is more than I could ever imagine. Well, guys, let's move on. I'm talking too much. But like Madonna, I've got something to say. I'd like to express myself. I love that song from back in the 1990s. So let's continue on. Like I said, guys, I scratched this out this morning. Let's see what else. Continuing the law, teaching the law of assumption. To elevate yourself further into the assumptive state of abundance, of dreaming, of being, you must stop the record of the old rhetoric of telling yourself, this can't be true. I can't change. I'm too old to change. What you're telling me is a whole bunch of BS, bullshit. I need proof. What do you mean I assume a new identity state, and I easily manifest? Well, I have to work hard to become a millionaire. I have to work hard to become a success. I have to grind every freaking day to be a success. What do you guys mean that I sit at home and manifest something and it appears in my reality? Well, guys, that is the old record player that I used to play in my mind. And that is the record player, or the record that the universe, not the universe, it's the record that the logical three-dimensional universe gives to us as human beings, to play in our minds, that we must be in a state of lack. We must compete with one another. We must always strive to be the best, to beat each other out. There's only one that can make it through. To get that big house, I must lie, steal, cheat my way to the top. And I want to say this to everyone, that's not the way to do it. They want to teach us the art of survival, which was created by Darwin. So, I mean, that's what I'm reaching for, the survival of the fittest. I'm here to tell you guys, let all that stuff go. That is just the matrix programming. That was their way to get people to compete with one another in this industrial slave system. And guess what, guys? It's been working for the longest time, but now in 2026, that's no longer holding true. There's a lot of people, as myself, who are waking up to the reality of the law of assumption that we can create anything we desire. Why? Because we have our own imagination. What is your imagination? Your imagination is your true consciousness. It's who you are. It's that starlight that's inside of you. It's that lantern that's inside of you. And I want to say this to you guys, letting go of your old downloaded personality makes way for yourself. I'll say that it makes way for yourself, your true self to function. Because once that logical, self-taught mind is gone, now you can truly dream again. Now you can truly manifest again. One to the two. And let's see what else. So to let go of that old identity, guys, you must kill it. What I mean by killing it, like I mentioned in my Divine podcast, you must start observing your thoughts, observing how you feel, observing what you tell yourself, and write it down. Every time you have a negative thought, write it down. Write it down on your phone, write it down in your journal. Just write it on a piece of paper somewhere so you can come back later and then start asking yourself questions on why you like that. And then start questioning your given name. That's another thing that we attach ourselves to, or these given names. And I want to say this to you guys, we're just all actors down here, right? So, I feel, once we start to actualize that we're just all actors down here in the physical form, like Madonna said, you can create anything you want in the shadows, meaning you can create anything you want at home by yourself. That's what she means by the darkness, is when you are by yourself, either at night or just by yourself, leisurely enjoying your personal time. Now you can sit at home and start creating a new persona, start creating a new reality for yourself. Um, but to evolve out of that, guys, like I said, you must let go of the old trained self, let go of that doubt, let go of that logic, let go of I must need proof, let go of I can't achieve that. Those are all limiting emotions. Those are all limiting fears and doubts and lack. And in the law of assumption, as I just stated with all of you guys early in this episode, you must assume the new state 1000% to be true already. And you must already think it's fulfilled, meaning, like I said, guys, you walk around like that. Even though your bank account, people around you, your surroundings, your apartment, your condo, your house, although all those things may not reflect what you are feeling, you still walk around as if you're this new identity, this new persona, and live it freely. So what else can I teach you guys? Oh, yes. So yeah, this means you guys must hack into your own brain. What does that mean? You must become a hacker. Once you understand that you are the divine ancient light that is dwelling in this body, you must be strong enough to hack into your conscious mind, your waking mind, the one that you talk with, blink your eyes with, the logic, the doubts. You must hack into that mind and tell it to start rethinking things. So when you have your level of, let's say, lack, that I'm not going to make this lottery, stop yourself and say, I am going to make this lottery. When you're at work and you're going for a promotion, if you're already counting yourself out, saying I'm not going to get it, stop yourself and say, I am going to get it because I deserve to be here. Another thing that people do, trying to see what else. Oh yeah. Let's say you do start a podcast channel, and you're like, it's not going to be successful. Well, you got to stop yourself and say it is a success. It's already fulfilled. It's already assumed. And again, guys, no matter what the numbers say, no matter how your reality looks, is you must stay in that assumptive state of mind, because eventually, guys, your reality will start to bend itself um, in your favor. That's what they mean by the universe conspires on your behalf, is because when you start assuming the feeling, the emotion, and when you start speaking as a assumptive person, persona, the molecules in your body, the molecules outside of you, has no other choice but to reflect it right back to you. And like we always talk about, everyone, the 3D form, because of its density, it takes a little longer for it to manifest. But once you do start to see the subtle changes in your life, they will become a bigger change, and then boom, you take off. So that's what I want to tell you guys today. And then also, everyone, once you assume the new identity, I'll say this too. I learned this also in the power of imagination. Sorry, guys, I wasn't expecting to even talk about this book, but I guess I'm doing a book review. The Power of Imagination. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I found it. It is a really thick book, guys, but take your time. Neville starts with his foundations of how he became this powerful esoteric person. But I want to say this too about Neville, guys. He was the first. Let's just go ahead and say it. Black African American show host to even have an esoteric knowledge show series ever, and he did it right there in Hollywood. Now it was 2 o'clock in the morning when his broadcast came on, but he was the first, at least here in the United States, to come on the air and start teaching people how to use their imaginations. He taught people Abdul's old esoteric philosophies from Ethiopia and beyond the East. And like I said, guys, Neville spun it into his realities so people can understand it. So, okay, guys, I want to say this too. With the power of assumption, like I said, you must strip down your old identity and you must create the new one. What does that mean? You must create how your new identity is going to talk, how you're going to carry yourself, how you're going to dress. I want you guys to even get down to the details of what jewelry you're going to wear, what colors of clothes you want to wear, even come down to what freaking color socks and shoes you're going to wear. Why is this all important to do, guys? It's because just the way you learn how to be yourself, I'll put myself into this episode. Just the way I learned how to be Al, I had to go into the minute detail on how to be Kamal. Why? Because I had to come into a new assumptive state. And once I gave myself a new name, did I start to create everything about Kamal, everything about how Kamal wanted to function. And I highly encourage all of you to do the same thing. Like I said, guys, strip down everything that you were taught how to be. If you want to change your name, change it. If you want to keep it the same, that's totally fine. You are the creator. But once again, guys, you must understand, you must destroy the old to come into the new. And now that we're talking about the creator, that's another foundation of the law of assumption. You must believe that you are a creator. So glad I talk so much. You must understand that you're a creator. If you don't understand that you are a creator like God, your manifestations will never come true. What does that mean, guys? They teach us in religion to pray, gravel, um, uh, beg a deity to change our lives. That's what they teach us. And that's not manifestation, guys. That's part of it. Now the graveling and the begging, that's not a part of creation. Co-creation is where you go to God or go to whoever you believe in, and you tell them exactly what you want in detail. I'm not kidding, guys. Tell whoever you pray to in detail, without saying please, without saying I hope, I'm begging. You gotta let go of that, guys. That's not a creator language. Creator language is I desire, I am. This is how we evoke and command things. You must use the language of the universe. I'm channeling again, using the language of the universe to get what you want. So that is another way that I manifest in my life, is I use a different type of language. And Neville was teaching the same thing too in his books, in his essays. So instead of a want to, guys, you must turn a want into a desire. Instead of a hope, you must turn hope into reality. Instead of begging, it's a knowing, right? That's the law of assumption. And again, guys, if you don't believe that you are a creator, you are a co-creator, this is not going to work for you. I want to tell you that too. I don't think a lot of teachers are teaching that, but I'm teaching you guys today for free. Um, you must believe it, you must feel it, you must be it. Without being a creator, guys, this whole entire manifestation things fall flat. And again, guys, the first doubt of fear sabotages your whole entire campaign to stay in the law of assumption, to stay in your new assumed state of being. So again, guys, do not fear. You got this. Whatever you dream up, whatever you create, that is you. That came from you. That means that is ingrained inside of you. And again, guys, I don't care how crazy it sounds, how crazy you think it might be. It's, as long as it's not crazy to you, no one else is going to know about it, guys. And like I said in my last video, no one will know you've assumed a new state. Not unless you tell them, one, or two, your existing friends and family notice the new state of being. But again, guys, we're not celebrities. We're not celebrities in this. Let's say we're not a celebrity like Madonna or another actress or singer, but we're just people here, and we don't have the spotlight on us. We can create in the shadows. We can freely create because, like I said, guys, we don't have the public eye on us. We can change our reality at any time. You don't have to stay in the same reality. You don't have to say new year, new me, and still go about the same way, you've been living last year, and saying, oh, I'm going to stop this. Well, guys, when you're a creator, when you're a manifester, when you're a creator, when you're using the law of assumption, you do not believe in resolutions. You do not believe in all that things they've taught us how to live in this world. You understand that any moment of the day, any moment of the week, any month, any year, you can be anything you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be. If one identity doesn't work, guess what, guys? Use your imagination and dream up a new one, and then come into the new reality. So again, guys, that is manifestation. That's what came out. So to wrap that up, guys, when you come into the new identity, you must come into it as a creator. You must come into assumption, the law of assumption, as you're a co-creator. What does that mean by co-creation? It means that God has already created this universe. God has already created planet Earth. That's already done, right, guys? That is what he or she created. The co-creation is where we come into the equation. Is we are the universe is us, and when you understand as above, so below, that's exactly what a Hermetic philosophy teaches. When you understand that you are both it at the same time, now you're a co-creator, meaning you are taking the molecules, ions, electrons that God has already created, and you're using your human brain, you're using your human heart, and using your human throat chakra to command everything in this existence. just the way that God created this whole entire universe through the power of his voice or her voice, we are the same way, guys. That's what people mean by co-creation is God has given us the same tools of a creator, but when we lose that power, when we let go and allow ourselves to think in defeat that we are not a creator, this is how people's manifestations fall flat, and this is how this whole entire, let's say, human realm has fallen into what it's fallen into, is because we've forgotten the old knowledge, we've forgotten the old teachings of Abraham, we forgot the old teachings of I'm gonna try and think of Joseph. We forgot the old teachings of Solomon. Guys, this is all esoteric knowledge. This is all light knowledge that people destroyed over the years. And they wanted us to be in this state of forgetfulness. But we're all coming together again in 2026 to tell everybody, you're a co-creator, you are a creator. And using the power of I am, guys, that is how you start being a creator. This is how you start letting go of your name. Now, if you guys have noticed, every time I said I am on this episode, I didn't use Kamal, I didn't use Al, I used my creator's identity. I wasn't in my show notes, but that's what came out of me, guys. So when you were trying to manifest, or when you are desiring a new manifestation, you must drop the physical 3D names and you must come into your spiritual name, which is I am. When you start to use the I am and you start to say the I am, you become a powerful manifester. And once you get into that spiritual, divine, creative force as God did, now you create your own universe. Now you're calling everything into existence. And again, guys, this is a teaching that everyone has been teaching for a long time. And I'm using my voice to say it. This is how I feel those of you who are listening to this episode should go forward. When you want to manifest, use your I am. Don't use your regular name. Use I am, let's say, a homeowner. I am a multimillionaire. I am a celebrity. I am whoever you dream up to be. Always use the I am. And once you guys say that, the universe listens. The universe is just like, oh, okay. They are declaring this. What else do they got? And again, guys, once you're in that mastery of your words, when you're in that mastery of your thoughts, now that you said it, now your thoughts, now your heart frequency must match everything that you just said to the universe. So again, guys, if you are, again, still walking into this with that, what Kamal is saying and many other people have said before him is a whole bunch of malarkey, is a whole bunch of bullshit. Try it out for yourself, guys. I did myself. So I want to say to you guys, don't rule anything out. Never doubt what no one's sure about. What does that mean, guys? You must get into your own lab, as my yoga teacher told us last year. You must get into your own lab to try something out. When you walk into a new reality with the old ways of thinking, without even coming into your own lab to test it out for yourself, none of this is ever going to work, guys. So again, guys, you must loosen that grip on logic and just let it go. And we're going to move on because I'm at 37 minutes. I want to say this to everyone to start finishing things up. I can't stress it enough. If you do not believe, actualize, resonate, feel that you are a powerful creator, none of this is ever going to work. What does that mean? What do I mean by that, guys? I don't care how many self-help videos you go see, meaning you click on YouTube and someone is there saying, You are the chosen one. You're a part of the 144. You're gonna live the best life this month, and if this video finds you by this day, you're gonna do this, and giving you powerful affirmations of what's it called? You can do it. You're gonna change your life. What else do they try to tell us? People like to hear. It's just more other fluffy things to help people feel good about themselves. I'm here to tell you guys this, guys. Yes, those videos are great to hear, but again, if you don't actually actualize it for yourself, that person is just, you're just literally wasting your time for an hour if you don't actualize that you are a co-creator. So if you guys are listening to any YouTube videos, this video, anything on Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever else we listen to out there these days, if you are just sitting in front of that phone, laptop, or television screen for 30 minutes to an hour, and you're just feeling it in that hour, but once that video goes off, you revert right back into your previous state of lack, and your manifestation is never going to come true. And like again, guys, if you don't believe that you are a co-creator or a creator, it's gonna fall flat. So again, guys, I hope I'm not being rude or coming off as not encouraging, but I just want all of you to understand that you are co-creators, and to manifest what you want and what you desire in this life. And just like what Morpheus told Neo, I can show you the door. I can't turn the knob for you. I can't put the key in the door and turn the knob and tell you to go here. I'm just leading you guys to the door with information that I know. And then again, guys, once this video goes off, it's up to you to want to walk through that door for yourself. That's what I had to do. Again, and I don't care how many books you read, guys, about all of this. Again, if you don't feel you're a co-creator, it's not going to work. I don't care how many encouraging tarot reads you guys watch on YouTube or Instagram. If you don't understand that, again, you're a co-creator and you're living under the new law of assumption, it's not going to work. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what's in your zodiac. I don't care what's in your zodiac for the day. I don't care if Mars is in recession or, in a new house. If you think all that is outside of you guys, that you can't co-create, it's never going to work. What else can I say about that? Yeah. Trying to see what else I can say. Yeah, I don't know if I want to say that. All right, I might as well say it. So I wrote something else down. It says, a lot of the time with our old manifestation, our current or older state of being, it's built. Our personalities are built out of trauma, meaning maybe someone did physically hit you, maybe they did not. Maybe you just had emotional scarring in your life, and like I said, guys, you built this tough exterior to survive this physical universe. And if you guys heard what I said, I wanted to give an example of that, is because, like I just mentioned a few moments ago, when the physical world harms us, we take it upon ourselves to start using mechanisms and blocks and different safety mechanisms, and we create these physical personalities. And then we think that's the way to live, and it's not. And the reason why I want to work this into the episode is because I'm trying to get over to all of you, the collective today. My loves, when you have unhealed trauma in your life, when you understand that you created the false identity, that should give you an understanding that you are a co-creator, meaning you created that personality, which means you can demolish that personality and you can come into a new state of being. That was a channeled message, everyone, but that is that's what came out of me. And all that means, guys, is we co-create all the time. We're just making it aware of today, but you've been a co-creator for a long time, guys. So once again, look back over your life, and when you start to look at it, you start to understand, I created this whole entire life. I'm the one that was in there creating this whole entire thing. So that's what I want you guys to go away from this episode with, is you've been a co-creator, unconsciously co-creating. That's what I'm trying to reach for. You were unconsciously co-creating, but now that you are aware that you are a co-creator, now it's time for you to come in like a wrecking ball, demolish that old personality, and now when you get alone by yourself, it's time for you to recreate, reestablish, redefine yourself, just like Madonna has done over her career. Be a chameleon for a while. Try different states of being. We're all just actors down here, guys, on this world stage. Don't think you need to stick to one personality to survive in this life. Try multiple identities, like Madonna said in her song. Go back into the shadows. When one personality doesn't resonate with you, go back to the drawing board. Go back to the shadows. Dream up a new personality, and once you have the details of how you want to be, then you go out that door and you put it out there to the universe. But again, guys, you must declare it and manifest it by yourself before you go out there to the universe to act upon it. A lot of time people don't act upon their assumptions. They just assume, manifest, but they're not giving out an action to the universe, saying that I'm ready for this new identity, I'm living this new identity. So what does that mean, guys? If you want to be a leisured man, if you're still in the state of lack, meaning that you are still hanging on to money, saving money as much as you can, living in a state of lack that you don't have as much as your friends, you don't have much that your family has, you're already not, you've fallen out of the state of assumption, whatever you desire to be. But if you walk into, let's say you do want to be a multimillionaire, and you start taking your money and you start investing it, you start taking whatever money you have left and you start to play the lottery here and there. You take whatever money you have left over and you start to buy some new clothes, or start reflecting little things in your life to where you start getting rid of stuff that you used to hang on to. Those are all small little actions that gives the universe a active connection that you are making the choice, you are making an active choice to change. And again, guys, when you start to take a more action type of manifestation, meaning that you think it, you thought it, you dreamt it, you manifested it, and now you're going about your day as a new identity. You are executing the action, you are executing the karma, which is action. So again, guys, this is what they mean by breaking chains and breaking the curse, is because when you walk into that assumption with that confidence, I want to say that too, with that action, you are actively elevating yourself. You just don't see it yet, but every action that you take in the new identity breaks the chains, breaks the bonds. You break out of your cage and you start to fly. That wasn't in my show notes, guys, again, but that is what I was channeling. And I want to say this too, guys. You're probably wondering, it's been 47 minutes. How the heck does he know anything about the law of assumption, manifesting, and coming into a new reality? I want to say this too, guys. I would not be teaching this if I hadn't already assumed it myself. What does that mean, guys? Last year, around June, if not more like July, maybe around July 20th, I began to scribble down my new identity. It wasn't all at one time. I'll say that. So for those of you guys thinking I need to create a whole personality all at one time, you don't have to. As I was reading The Power of Imagination, every day, every week, I thought of a new thing. I thought of a new, let's say, way of being. I thought of a new state of using my words. I thought of a new state of action. I thought of a new state of being. For example, um, I wanted to be more abundant in my life. And so, just like when I went to the grocery store, I would assume I'm going home. Like I would take my bike. I wouldn't come to my apartment. I would just go the other way. And there's a neighborhood right behind this grocery store I go to. And I would just assume as if I'm riding back to my house. And I chose a certain house and I would just, bicycle by it almost every day. And, that's taking action to get your physical mind over to the thought of owning a house or the thought of owning a bigger house or whatever you desire to have, guys. So again, your mind likes patterns. So if you are trying to manifest a bigger house and bigger place or anything else you dream up, start to give your physical mind the pattern of recognition. Start giving your physical mind the pattern every day that this is where we're going. And eventually it's going to reflect it to you. And when you start, I'll say this to you guys, when you start having dreams about your manifestations, that normally means that your subconscious has accepted it. And now you're in your new state of being. That was not in my show notes either, guys, but that is how I at least started manifesting. Is when I start seeing my new life reflected in my dreams, which means my subconscious self has accepted it, which means that my higher self will be the one to execute every single one of those manifestations now because I saw it in the dream. And I want to say this to you guys. So July of 2025, I started building Kamal. And then by January 2026, like I told you guys in my other video, I gave a new name to my new identity. And then once I gave myself the new name, did it just snap and I start taking off. And then here I am as the leisured man. So guys, that is my progression on how we got to this point of being. I started it last year. I started in small steps manifesting. And eventually I got through Neville's book, and which means I was able to be a master of my own world, and that felt great to elevate myself to that point. And I'm not being cocky about it. I'm not trying to be pat myself on the back about it, but I just want to let you guys know that once you start coming to your own power of a co-creator, it feels great. It feels really good to be in that state of mind. And then once you start seeing things reflect back to you in your physical reality, it should give you more motivation to keep going, to say, well, what else can I manifest? What else can I do? What else can I be? Can I grow this personality? Do I like this new persona? Do I want to change my persona? And again, guys, it's just like changing clothes. You just change identities. We're actors around here. So I encourage all of you to, go from being just in the chorus, meaning you're in the back of the stage, go from being in the chorus to the supporter actor. If you're not comfortable as a supporter actor, be the main actor in your own movie. Let's just say that. That's what Neville always talked about. Because like I said, guys, he was an actor / dancer. So again, guys, we're just all actors around here. Promote yourself, elevate yourself to the main, the leading actor, the leading man, the leading woman out there. And once you elevate yourself into the leading actor, now you're the co-creator, because guess what, guys? The whole storyline is contingent on your success. So if you're not a success in that role, you can always change it out. And then once you do find your hit role, let's just say that, your hit movie, then that's when you start becoming a co-creator and a master of your own universe, and you become a leisured man. So that is what I wanted to say today, guys. Here to encourage all of you to be abundant in your lives. Let's review what we talked about, guys. What inspired this episode is Madonna's Live Free, meaning I hide in the shadows, I create, trying to find it, I create a new persona, I create a new identity, I can be whoever I want to be, and pair that with the law of assumption, meaning by assuming the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled, you manifest it into reality. And that is the law of assumption. And like I said, guys, when you stay in the law of assumption that is already done, it's already fulfilled, you manifest, you become a powerful manifester. And I always encourage all of you, I feel it's just not enough to think it. You must also say it and feel it. And that is, again, power three. So think it, feel it, say it. Once you do all those things, now you must pair it with an action. And like I said, guys, it doesn't have to be a big action, it could be a small action. And I highly recommend you guys pick up the book, The Power of Imagination. Yes, is it a long book? It is, because putting someone's life in 530 pages still wasn't enough. But I'll say this, guys. Once you get through the first couple of chapters, start getting to the middle of the book. Do you start to understand who Neville is? You start to understand how it came about, or how he came about, and how he developed himself. He became a new man. When he was just Neville the dancer, he was a different person than Neville Goddard, who was the father, or let's say father of imagination, using your power of imagination. So that being said, everyone, I'm going to have fun today. I just wanted to chat with all of you about this. But I'll come back with more on the podcast. So again, guys, like, subscribe, hit that little bell button. Tell others about the channel. You're more than welcome to share every episode. You can more than welcome to share the podcast with others. Let's keep climbing. Let's keep going. And I encourage all of you guys to try in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, to dismantle your old personality, or even, I want to say this too, guys, when you go about the new identity, don't even say your old name. Don't even introduce yourself as yourself. Or even try to not even talk about your job, work, friends. Try to tell people who you really are once you start dismantling your old self, and that should be a good way to help all of you to start manifesting. Is when you start to drop the what's called attachments to the old self. Can you start to drop the attachments to your given name, your given identity, and you can start moving into a more imaginative state of mind, and you can start coming into the power of your own imagination by using the law of assumption, which is, once again, guys, by assuming the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled, you manifest it into reality. Thanks again, everyone, for chatting with me. I'll be back with more content, and have a beautiful day, everyone. And again, I'm Kamal. See you guys again on another Leisured Man podcast. And I want to say this to you guys. This is just another foundational video. Once you understand you're a co-creator, now you can become a man of leisure. You can become a man, or you can master yourself. You can master your thoughts. You can master your life. So again, guys, power imagination. Thank you so much. Chat with you later, and go out there and have some fun. Go manifest.